on, doggo. Let's go. Come on. Oh. Damn, son. More Civic content, son. Just kidding. I forgot that I even owned that car when I walked outside. Today we're gonna be working on the Eunos Cosmo again. So what we got to do today basically is mount up the clutch pedal, start worrying about the hydraulics and things like that, and as well as make the mount for the transmission. So hopefully we get enough time to do the transmission mount. That's something that needs to be done really quick. But the biggest challenge we're seeing with the clutch master cylinder is that there's a hard line that runs around behind the intake manifold that I got to figure out how to get around or figure out what it does and see if we can delete it. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it, and I'll see you guys at the shop. All right, so right now this shop's a little preoccupied. We got someone on the lift right now, so I'm gonna show you guys what's going on with the car. A lot of you guys have asked if I'm gonna 20B to swap the car. The plan is over time, yes. But as for now, I'm thinking about maybe giving the 13B some legs. So the modification this car has right now, it has a full Greddy front mount intercooler kit. As you guys can see down there, has truss intercooler, so that's also Greddy. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much stock. It does have an exhaust on it, and still has a cast on it as well. It also has electronically adjustable coilovers, so I can go in the cabin and I can adjust the dampening settings from the cabin, so I can go from sport to comfort and do whatever I want to do, or adjust the settings to my own likings. That being said, they ride pretty rough. I think I might want to get some BC coils or something like that. They do make very, very few amount of coilovers for this car, but they are out there. Maybe some Tanes or an Auto EXE set, but it looks pretty nice. But you know, I said I want to do a 20B swap, and I don't know, that's probably a long-term project because just the amount of cost that's involved. The 20B does drop directly into this chassis. There's no modification or anything. Well, it's the same motor mounts and everything, so you drop it in, you put ignition on it, put an ECU on it, and then pretty much that's all you got to do. But as far as the 13B, I'm thinking of giving it some legs, mainly because it has this twin sequential system in it, the twin sequential turbos, and I've never liked the twin turbos. I think maybe putting a small single like a 60-1 on it would be nice. Just give it a little bit of legs, maybe 300, 400 horse, because it's not going to be a fast car, so we'll probably put a 20B in it, but I figured it's worth it. So that's kind of the plans for the Cosmo. What do you guys think? Should I give the 13B some legs, put an ECU on it, put a turbo on it, or should I just go straight 20B? Let me know in the comments down below. But I'm going to start seeing if I can get this master cylinder set up, because this is going to be a pain, and I'm probably not going to document it that much just because of how difficult it is. But we're going to get to it. All right, so here's what we're going to do to get this pedal to work correctly. So the problem with this is that I cannot get my clutch pedal to fit underneath the dash of my Cosmo correctly to mark this top hole. I've already drilled out the bottom one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a template using the master cylinder here on the cardboard, and then match it up to the hole I have down in the car. And after I have that done, then I can drill the top hole, and then I got to figure out, I got to get a hole saw so I can drill out the hole for the master cylinder part. And we can go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and measure these out and see what we can do. All right, so what I've done is gone ahead and made a little cardboard prototype of where the pedal's going to be. The only thing I'm really concerned about is the hole orientation for the master cylinder for the mounting hole. So what it does is it goes right here to here. If you guys can see that, it mounts up perfectly with the clutch pedal. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it in the car and then start drilling through, and hopefully we get these holes through here. Okay, so using that cardboard pedal cutout that I had earlier, I drilled these two holes here. So now I've got to drill this hole. So what I've done is I've gone to the hardware store and picked up a hole saw that goes just slightly over that. So it'll work perfectly. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drill a pilot hole using a smaller drill bit, and then we're gonna put the hole saw on it and drill the hole for the hydraulic. And yeah, so should be pretty straightforward. So let's hope it all works out. All right, so here's what we got. If you guys look up here, this has been absolute cancer to get going, but we've gone ahead and cut the hole up there for the master cylinder. As you can see, the top hole is a little bit sketchy to say the least, but the bottom one lines up perfect. I was having trouble getting the drill in, but that's how the master cylinder is going to slide in there. So what we got to do now is, as we've looked at it, a lot of the engine bay shit is right in the way, specifically that line. here's where we are, if you guys can see. The master cylinder is up there, but it's kind of hard to show you guys right here. But if you look, you can see that it's in one of the drilled holes, and the center one's lined up, but the bottom one is missing by about an inch. And the reason is because it looks like it's hitting up here in the lower intake manifold, so I gotta figure out a way to get this all to maneuver in there. But hopefully I can get it in there today and then mount up the pedal. Alrighty, so I'm taking a break on the Cosmo for a minute. We're gonna get Ray's RX7 idling correctly. He's just finished up his intercooler piping. And this bad boy, take a look here. So he just modified, cut holes here with a big old hole saw, and then ran his piping through and had the sorting some piping down the length. This is just the Godspeed kit, isn't it? What's the intercooler pipe set? Oh, you just got random piping now?
Yeah, it's random.
Okay. So you just took a universal piping kit and put couplers on it, made it work. So, and he's got these badass MSO2 Mazda Speed wheels. Those things are rare and very expensive. And it's covered up in dust, but it's about to be moving soon. So we'll get them idling right and then go from there. So now we're going to hit the connect button when this thing comes into focus. Hit connect. We're now connected up to the Microtech. We're gonna go to functions, and then we're gonna go to load maps, which this is your reload maps. This is gonna be your milliseconds. So that's how long your injectors are open. So when you're at 28 grams of vacuum, you're putting 1.76, and then so basically when this is your transition 3.9, so your injectors are opening up. When as you can see, the numbers get bigger. That's just literally how long the pulse width of your injector is. So that's how much fuel is going in.
Oh, okay.
It's really simple. And then so we're gonna go to matrix tables, and this is the matrix table. This is simple mode. If you had it in the actual matrix mode, all these would be filled across and it'd be a normal like tuning map. But like here's your idle. So I mean you're probably idling around 18, so it's hitting 1.48 that area, and that probably should be dropped down probably 1.33 or something like that, and that'll probably make it idle better. But the second that your TPS reads more than like 0% or whatever, switch over to the load map. So idle maps whenever it's just idling, and then load maps whenever your TPS is actually activated.
Okay.
So basically what I do is start it up, and then I can adjust this. And I'll probably just drop this on right now. All right guys, somehow by the force of God himself, I managed to get their master cylinder in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sorry, it's really blurry. But got it in there. She's in there good. And now what we gotta do is put the car back down, put the pedal in, and start tightening it up. And that'll pull the master cylinder into the firewall some more and get the pedal all lined up. So let's drop the car back down and let's get it all bolted up. All right guys, so here's where we're at. Got the master cylinder through. The pedal's kind of in there, but after a ton of hassling, I've honestly decided that I'm gonna call it a night because I'm about to throw this car through a wall, but that's how it always goes. But what we did today basically was bored out the holes for the master cylinder, got the master cylinder through there, and then got the clutch pedal kind of hanging there. What I gotta do basically is get one of those bolts through there and tighten down a nut to straighten it out a little bit, then I should be able to get it all together. But, you know, sitting at the dash for so long and trying to get this stuff all together, I'm done for the day. But hope you guys learned something today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.